and welcome to Atlassian Demo Den, where you can learn about the latest and greatest updates in our products. My name is Dave McCormick, and I'm an engineering manager on the Open DevOps team. In this quick video, I'll walk through a brand new capability, the Toolchain page. The Toolchain page is an admin experience for discovering, connecting, and visualizing your DevOps toolchain, all within Jira Software. The Toolchain page is available to all Jira Software cloud users. With the Toolchain page, Open DevOps allows organizations to gain control over their tool sprawl frustrations. It's a cool new feature that I'm excited to demo for you today. So to get to the Toolchain page, you browse into Settings and then hit Toolchain. We're greeted with an empty state to start with, as well as a bunch of the software development lifecycle groupings. I'll talk more about these groupings later on and how they're super useful for the Toolchain experience. But to start with, I want to walk everyone through a representative journey of a software team that might be using the Toolchain page. So to start with, we're going to add a tool. And we can imagine to start with that the team has obviously got Jira set up, and they've also got their source code set up and they're committing to that, but they haven't got them integrated. So we're going to do that to start with. I'm going to hit build. And then within build, we've got a bunch of categories, including source code management. And in here, we can see GitLab. Great. So GitLab is both suggested for our project and also it's installed on our site already. So it's important to note one of the cool features of the toolchain is that it's per project. So it really allows teams to tailor their tools to what they're really using and help document that. Another really exciting part about the toolchain is that we're opening it up to all project admins. Historically, site admins have been the only person that's able to see apps in the marketplace. Now, we're not going to allow project admins to install directly, but they are going to be able to request. So I'm going to add this to the project. And then within GitLab, we can see that we can actually add repositories. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I pre-configured a couple of repositories to hook them up in the interest of time. So we can see we've got firmware. I'm going to add that. Great. So now that's added. Now I want to show you how the deep integration that creates within Jira. So if we go up and we have a look at the code tab, we can see that firmware is now linked to our project. This is an example of an explicit connection. We've also got implicit connections, steps of which to create are documented here. I'm going to go ahead and quickly create an implicit connection to show you that too. We're going to add our issue key and hit commit. Great, that's now done. So now if we go back to Jira, and we go up to our board, and we click on TS3, we'll see we've got a new commit from 16 seconds ago. We've also got a previous pull request for this particular ticket. Great. Now, if we browse back to the Toolchain page, we'll see that connection pop up as well. So the Toolchain page will show all up-to-date repos as we go and keep itself up to date, which is fantastic. Now, if we fast forward in time a little bit and we think about the team wanting to mature their practices beyond just writing code, perhaps they want to start planning. So they'll browse into plan and notice they've got no planning tools and they're not perhaps sure what planning tools to use. So the toolchain can be used for that too. So we browse to the tool, click onto plan, and within plan, we've got two more categories. And let's say that the team are interested in documenting what they've been doing. So we browse into documentation and we hit add to project on Confluence. We can also see here a few integrations that don't yet exist that people can request for some of the apps that we're expecting and haven't yet had a chance to build. Now, I can add a documentation space, much like I could add a repository. So I'm going to add our satellite space. And much like the code tab, we have an equivalent tab for documentation called project pages. And if we browse into here, we can see the contents of that space on Confluence and when it was last updated. So if we browse back to the Toolchain page, our Toolchain's starting to take shape, but if we fast forward again, let's assume that the team now wants to explore testing in a little bit more depth. So we're going to add a testing tool. So we first have a look in security and think that that doesn't quite match our needs. So we browse into test management and we have a look through and we decide to add Zephyr Squad. Again, we can see it's already been used on our site, which is fantastic. It means someone else in the company is using it, which is normally a good sign. Add it to our project. Great. And now this is available as well. Likewise, it's added a whole bunch of additional value. Zephyr gives the ability to create very detailed tests with a whole bunch of bespoke functionality. So if we create a test, creates a new issue for us. And we can see here a bunch of that bespoke functionality. We can create a whole bunch of test steps, test data and test results, and even execute them. Fantastic. The final piece of the puzzle that I want to show you today is the CI/CD part. Now, CI/CD is an app we haven't yet got installed anywhere on the site. So we can imagine the team becoming sort of trailblazers in the DevOps journey. So we can see that it's specified as get it now rather than add to project, which denotes that it's not yet installed anywhere on our Jira site. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Great. Now that's installed, let's configure it. So we're going to allow access. Link it to our site. Fantastic. And as we can see, we've got a historical record of when this was last installed on our site. But I'm going to go ahead and regenerate a build and describe how that integrates with the rest of Jira. So I'm going to hit build on our pipeline. We can see that that's been triggered down here. And we can see that now that build is in progress. And if we browse back to our project, we can see that that build has been completed. And if we look back on the Toolchain page, we can see our current Toolchain completed. That concludes today's demo. We're excited about this feature and hope you are too. Please give us your feedback in the comments below, and thank you for watching.